got to get them to her by tomorrow.
Meet Blair and Shannon, siblings and co-owners of Local Stature. Join them as they navigate the ups and downs of running a laser engraving business together. From creative projects with their laser machines to behind-the-scenes challenges. They're here to share it all. Don't forget to subscribe and follow along on their journey.
Hey, why don't we have an affiliate 2-second in the video?
We need to have an affiliate thing for OMTech. I mean, I don't know why we haven't done that, because that's what we use and that's what we like using, and we have an affiliate link, but we're idiots and haven't done it. We're the best.
We're learning. That's the whole purpose of all this.
I mean, like, it just hit me, like, last week? And I was like, oh my gosh.
I want you to slam everything you're doing, because you've literally slammed that like 17 times.
I'm sorry. So sorry. So, our number one sales agent, your wife, got us another little job, because she has become friends with the lady that runs like the mobile clothing boutique.
Pink truck lady.
Yeah, or something like that. Because the Savannah Bananas baseball team is coming in town, and she had a lot of clients that were looking for outfits and whatnot to wear to it, and thought about she wanted to get some earrings. Savannah Bananas is a baseball team out of Savannah, Georgia, that I would say is kind of like the equivalent or somewhat equivalent of the Harlem Globetrotters. Worked with her with designs, and then she pushed out all the marketing and took all the orders and is going to ship them all out. And so I had started making them, going to finish them today. So we're making two different versions. One with it's like a drop letter that says bananas, and then another one that is a cluster of actual bananas. For anybody that does acrylic stuff and gluing, everybody's got their different opinions on, or different, not opinions, but I guess it is an opinion. Techniques, things that have worked for them. So yeah, they're good. But I let them dry for at least 24 hours.
Well, you gotta peel these too.
Yes, shut up. So what I did was I literally took sandpaper. I can't even think of it. Sandpaper. Scratched the sandpaper on the back of here to make it rough. I had to scratch it on the metal too. Then used the E6000 and did a little dab, and then put them all in here and let it sit for 24 hours. Then, not then, but before that, excuse me.
I'm gonna say that your technique is not 100%, because it literally just barely touched it and it popped off.
Oh shit, that one did too. That's worked before. So super glue it is, because super glue is, because that's what I was gonna say, is that we've tried super glue and that etches all these are,
they're gonna pop. They're all gonna pop.
This super glue has worked before, but it etches the acrylic.
Right. Yeah, I get it. It makes it rough, so it gives it something to grab on.
No. Super glue etches the acrylic and ruins your product.
Oh, and then it takes the sheen off, yeah.
No, it etches the acrylic and ruins your product. It scratches the acrylic, and it will spread to the front, to the side, way past where you put it.
Yeah, this did nothing.
I'm wondering if this got too cold or too hot, because this worked last season and I have earrings that I put on all the time with this. And I've also not had anybody
the glue
tell
just
me.
came 100% off.
Yeah, well, it hasn't on these. That's what I'm saying. It's not even dry on these. And I did this on Friday. So, frick. But my big thing is because I've never done wholesale or like resale, I was like really confused about that whole like pricing thing, because it kind of stinks if you're not doing a certain amount.
Yeah, you get in bulk.
Yeah. And since it was like her friend and it was like our first time, I wanted like an established relationship with her, because I was like, this is kind of sweet to not have to worry about the customers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To not have to take the orders, to not have to worry about getting the money, to not have to ship them out, all that kind of stuff, or do the marketing. Like it's literally just design it, make it, and get it to her. But I will say these earrings are probably more involved than any earrings I've ever made. And to be making half or less than half of what I would be charging for them has been like, yeah. And it's not even 20 of them.
Right.
And so that's kind of like, you know,
but you gotta take a shot
say
at
that,
it.
yeah, but you were saying like the question of the day, you know, what is our question of the day? It's like, what do people do? Like, what do other like businesses do in that situation? What's their cutoff? Like, is it 25? Is it 50? Like, what are your resale things? And not to say like exactly, I don't, you know, want to get a specific number because everybody's area charges different things for different stuff. But like, what is the average for most people for?
Oh, like percentage,
yeah, like what you're gonna charge for a product that if you're gonna turn around and sell the same thing, and that's another thing. And also what's courtesy? Because like she opened up the sale and then she closed it. Now I could still make the earrings and I'm going to that game. I have friends that are gonna go to that game. Like, can I sell, like, is that, like, would that be?
Like conflict of interest or whatever.
Yeah, like what would be ethical?
Oh, that's correct. Yeah,
like because that's what I was just like, ugh. And plus, I just don't want to, you know, I don't want to overstep, and I don't want to step on her toes or in any way. Like, I want to keep a good relationship with her because I know that she does do things. Like, I want her to come back to us for stuff, in different events. I mean, because she does other bigger things with Clemson and with other, you know, whatever
other schools and stuff.
But I feel like there's gonna have to be a conversation. It's like, okay, I will just make you 25 of them, and here's your price.
And that's probably,
and you're gonna have to sell them.
That's what it says, that, you know, you need to come up with, you know, what's it worth your time?
Yeah.
Is 25 worth your time? Is 50 worth your time?
Right.
And here's 50, and this is what my time takes, and I have to sell them to you, and you can do whatever you want to with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wait, that did fine. That's fine. But don't peel that off yet, because I've got to use super glue, and so I don't want it to get on What's everybody else's glue trick to acrylic? Because I'm going to go with the super glue and hope it doesn't etch on the front, because I don't have time for anything else because I got to get them to her by tomorrow. This worked last year. So this is what I'm saying. And I have like a couple of hair earrings that I did this with, and I would sandpaper to rough it on that side, rough the metal, use that, let it dry for 24 hours, and then it was good. But that's time consuming and clearly not foolproof. Clearly not always a given.
My God, could you imagine you put those things together?
And then,
they started popping off.
I know. So I'm glad you did that. So now I got to clean all these up.
Okay.
And then, which we have to be very careful with alcohol because that also etches acrylic.
How about this? Either you need to buy a lot of 50. And I'm not saying just her, I'm just saying anybody. You kind of come up with that number and say you buy a lot of 50, and this is what we sell them to you for, and then anything above that we would reduce, you know, a couple percentage points. Or if you don't think you're going to sell that much, and you want to just kind of bring this to, we're going to drop your profit.
Because half is a lot.
Right. So instead of saying we'll give it to you at 50% off, we'll give you of the cost, we'll give it to you at 70 or 75.
Yeah.
Because they are so time consuming that they're good, you know, and you're just making a little bit less money because you can't guarantee us a number.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, we're still spending the time on the design.
Correct.
Still spending the money on the materials.
Yeah, so you designed it too.
Yeah. Like she had an idea, but it wasn't like it was like this crazy idea. It was like already things that we had plugged in, and then like I still had to design it, and then still had to play around with the design because one of the ideas that she had I knew wasn't going to look good, but I was like, well, let me try to make it look good. But I just had messed with something, certain shape, certain whatever, and I was just like, that's just not going to come out like you think it's going to come out. And then she had an idea in that, and I was like, yep, that's probably going to look awesome, and it did. So
Stickfast says, this is what basically CA means, you should be able to glue between acrylic and metal. So we're going to take a piece of crap one.
We're going to take a dud of each.
Now, do you want to just try it just for simplicity to see if it works without scuffing it up?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I don't want to have to do that. Also, you know that you can't spray it.
Can't spray what?
Because you know how you were saying spray the activator?
Yeah.
Do you know why you can't spray it?
Why? Is it going to melt it?
No. Because it's going to move it.
Yeah, but you do your little trick.
And how much time is that going to take up? But it's going to move that thing.
Yeah, but you want that with your finger.
And spray your finger?
Yeah, here. Spray.
Why you always got to have ideas?
Because that's what you pay me for. Get the pliers.
This sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'm already tired of all the work.
So you put that there. You take this.
Yeah.
You know, we'll make that work a little better. But did it work? So you got that. Oh, that ain't going to. Oh. It did go somewhere.
I didn't actually hit it.
Oh, you did? So, let's
Yeah.
do this. So put that there.
And that's not where that goes.
Well, it's just done. It doesn't matter.
I know, but I want to see. We might need some more glue.
Okay.
I might as well try it.
Let's just see what.
Just spray it.
Here, move here. I want the hand. So I push down on stuff. Ready?
That was already crooked, so don't feel like you bent that.
Okay. So now. That's there.
All right, good. For me personally, the way I make mine is I make sure that this is in the center of this hole so that when you put it, and I put it close to the top so that when you put it on your earlobe, it doesn't like get over here, or way up here. I want it like as far down as to the hole of my ear as possible.
Good deal.
So this is not a set, so there'll be one. That's a set, or that'll be one of the sets, and this will be one.
Are you happy with what you're giving her?
Yeah.
And does it have?
Well, I mean, I haven't finished making them, but
Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with the product.
Does it have
It's a silly little product,
but does it have her name on it or does it have our name on it?
it's gonna have our name on it. But she did not advertise us. She said I partnered with a local company and did not give us credit.
Okay.
That is another thing that I was like, I don't know about that.
Well, that's just something you just specified.
Yeah.
You know.
And also, like, I get it because it's like, well, then that would make it complicated. You know, I understand that.
Right.
But I would like the credit at least after the fact.
Right. That's
So.
fine. You can just say that, you know, in the conversation, or if you actually sign a contract or something with somebody, have that in there.
Yeah.